Yo, what up, everybody? Welcome back to Baseline to Goal Line. I am Alan Cole Beasy Colburn. And what I want to do, I was thinking about something. What I want to do is I want to kind of spice the show up a little bit and make it a vibe, okay? So I want the theme to be sipping and sports talk. So what I want everybody out there to do is this. If you don't have anything that you're currently drinking, pause the video, go grab you something to bring your ass back, okay? And then comment below and let me know what it is that you're drinking. Yak, vodka, tequila, whiskey, whatever it is, wine, whatever it is that you're drinking, let me know. If you are drinking wine, comment below and let me know what type of wine it is that you're drinking, because I am a wine drinker. I got some Pinot Grigio here, right? And what I want to do is before each show, I want to do a toast. And the toast is always going to typically be the same to life, health, wealth, and sports talk. Salute. And now we can get the show popping, okay? We got some breaking news out of the NBA. I want to go over to Adrian Wojnarowski and go through his tweets about Kyrie Irving. So, with injuries, COVID cases, and inordinate minutes load on their superstar players, meaning Kevin Durant, and he's playing a lot of minutes. James Harden as well. The Nets are bringing back Kyrie Irving in a part-time player role outside of the New York City. He also goes on to state that Kyrie Irving's return isn't expected quickly. He has to pass a series of COVID tests before he can start working out with the team. And then he also goes on to say that Kyrie Irving has to test negative on 5 successive days before he can return to the team. Then he also has to test, I believe it's every single day while he is back. So what this basically means is that Kyrie Irving is going to come back for the Nets road games. What I find ironic and find crazy about this is that if you have a team, say we have the Bucks or we have Washington or we have the 76ers, if they have unvaccinated players, they can go to Brooklyn and play. However, it's so weird that Kyrie Irving, who plays for the Nets, or even if it's a team for the Knicks or somebody from the Knicks that's not vaccinated, they can't play in home games. That's baffling to me. Somebody please try to make it make sense down in the comments if you have any suggestions as to or any insight as to why that is. But this is going to be very interesting to see how this is going to unfold, especially when it comes to the playoffs, if this stays the same, because you have to think about it. Every other 2 games or so for the first couple of games, they will be in Brooklyn. So if that's the case, how is that going to mess up with chemistry and things like that? So this is going to be very interesting, something to keep our eye on. And I think it's better for the NBA that Kyrie is playing because he is that electrifying and that box office. But I'm just curious to see how this is going to affect down the road with the playoffs. And I'm also curious to see in the next coming days what's going to come out because of the sudden change of heart. Because this is the same management group and the same ownership that stated that they didn't want this part-time thing going on with Kyrie Irving. But all of a sudden now I guess it's stating because of injuries and things like that. But there's going to be some more little tidbits that's going to come out of this due to the fact that, or in the next coming days when it comes to Kyrie Irving. But this... Take a sip to that. Kyrie Irving, welcome back. So the reason the video is being made today is because someone came to me and they wanted my thoughts about Urban Meyer. Sorry I haven't posted anything about him sooner. I've been busy with work, with actual work and stuff like that. So sorry I haven't been able to post anything about the firing of Urban Meyer. But I want to go over some stuff with Urban Meyer. Just the timeline that he had with the Jaguars, and just to go over this, just to put stuff into perspective when it comes to Urban Meyer. So January 14th, Shad Khan hired Urban Meyer, right? On the 29th, April 29th, they drafted Trevor Lawrence. And it was so crazy that he was in quarterback competition as the number 1 overall pick with Gardner Minshew. When you draft somebody that high, normally they aren't in quarterback competition with someone who hasn't been proven, right? So it just started off rocky. It started off real rocky. Then on May 20th, they signed Tim Tebow. If you can read this right here, Tim Tebow. Now, at this point in time, Tebow was out of the league for 6 years, and he was coming back in a role that he never even played, the tight end position. And I find it ironic that when you are in a position of power, you know, the people that you like the most, you bring back, regardless of whatever the situation is, them not playing for 6 years, them being in Major League Baseball, minor leagues for that period of time where they're not playing, not even in football, I want to say shape or playing any type of football, to get hit in a 6-year period, and you have the gumption to bring them back. So once again, it's just rubbing people the wrong way, and it was already starting off rocky. Let's go back to the report. Just to get some more of the dysfunction that was going on. Tebow didn't get released on August 17th, so you knew out of the gate, with this being said, I knew it, that he wasn't meant for the tight end position and he wasn't going to make the team, right? So there was rumors September 16th that, you know, he was supposed to be leaving for USC, and he deaded those rumors by going on live and stating that he was there in Jacksonville to help this organization turn around, right? So let's just go on down the timeline to this date here, October 2nd. And this is after a Thursday night home loss to the Bengals, where Urban Meyer didn't fly back with the team, which is unprecedented for an NFL coach. He didn't fly back with the team, and he stated that he wanted to stay back with his grandchildren, have dinner, and be around his friends. But then he was shown at a club with his hand up a young lady's skirt, and he went on to issue this god-awful ass apology. I just want to play a couple of seconds of this apology.
Can you explain the viral video from your place over the weekend?
Yeah, I just apologize to the team and staff and for being a distraction, just stupid. And so I explained everything that happened and owned it, and, you know, just stupid. Should not have myself in that kind of position.
No shit. That's the most obvious no shit duh moment that you could possibly come up with, stating that you shouldn't have put yourself in that position, right? But would you have apologized if it never came out or it never went viral? Hell no, you wouldn't have. Let's continue.
Urban, did you fly back with the team, or did you stay in?
No, I stayed to see the grandkids, and we all went to dinner that night at the restaurant, and then there's a big group next to our restaurant, and they wanted me to come over and take pictures, and I did. And they were trying to pull me out on the dance floor, screwing around, and I should have left.
How did the team
Duh. Yes, fool, you should have left. First of all, you shouldn't have been in that situation in the beginning. Once again, this is unprecedented for any head coach not to fly back with their team. I've never heard of, and granted, social media wasn't around back in the 90s and the early 2000s and stuff like that to track this, right? When I really started following sports. But this shit is unprecedented. You never hear a head coach stand back and not flying back with the team. I don't even want to get into the rest of the situation. Let's just keep going, moving forward, right? So, right here it states that Urban Meyer stated that in front of players that he stated that he was a winner and all of his assistants were losers. This is just baffling for a head coach to say, and it just speaks of someone who is very, very, very egotistical. And I'm sorry I forgot to share my screen, but this is what I am referring to right here. It states that Urban Meyer said in front of his players that he was a winner and all of his assistants were losers. That is very, 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 very egotistical and assholish behavior. But it makes sense when you're coming from the college ranks and you're dealing with players on the college ranks that have something to prove. They're going to put up with your bullshit because they're trying to get to that next level. You can't do that shit here because you're dealing with grown-ass men who have not only mortgages, not only families and stuff to deal with, private school, like I said before, mortgages, private schools that they're paying for, how car payments, all of that shit. They are grown-ass men. So there's certain stuff that you can't get away with in these situations. Let's keep going. Right here is what I think was the final straw. A former Jaguars kicker, Josh Lambo, who was released on October 19th, spoke to the Tampa Bay Times detailing his experience with Meyer. He stated this: "I'm in a lunge position, left leg forward, right leg back, and Urban comes by. While I'm in the stretch position, comes by and says, 'Hey, dipshit.' I'm going to say exactly what he says. 'Make your effing kicks.'" I'm not going to say that word, but "make your effing kicks." And kicks me in the leg. It certainly wasn't as hard as he could have kicked me, but he kicked him nonetheless, right? He kicked him. And then he goes on to say, pardon his vulgar nature, "Don't you ever fucking kick me again," was his response. And he said, "I'm the head coach. I'll kick you whenever the F I want." What? Pause. Let me get my full screen back. No way in hell are you going to kick me or kick any grown-ass man and get away with it. And this was the final straw because the very next day, Urban Meyer got fired. Let me just state this. When you're dealing with children at the college level, this type of shit is tolerable and you can get away with it. But when you're dealing with grown men, this shit ain't gonna fly. And I think we've seen our fair share, outside of Pete Carroll, our fair share of people who've come from college ranks that were very successful that didn't pan out in the NFL. One being Chip Kelly, another being when Chip Kelly was with the Eagles. Let me give you the teams as well. When he was with the Eagles, another one being Nick Saban when he went to the Dolphins, and now with this Urban Meyer situation. It doesn't work when you've been this successful at the college ranks and now you're coming into the NFL. And the reason why I say that is because, once again, you're used to dealing with children. You're used to dealing with people who are waiting to get their shot to play at this professional level. And you got Urban Meyer, who's very egotistical. He's very self-centered, and he thinks he can get away with anything that he wants to due to the fact that he's used to getting everything at his fingertips. My question is, do you guys think that he's going to get another head coaching position? Please comment down in the comments here. If he does, in my personal opinion, if he does get another head coaching job, it will be at the college level, but I don't think it's going to be at a high major level. I think it could probably do mid-major, because you're going to have boosters who thinks by bringing in the flair name Urban Meyer that they're going to be able to win. I think it's going to be false hope. I don't necessarily think he's going to bring in, because you have to ask yourself this, right? Ask yourself, if you are a parent of a kid, would you want to send your kid to Urban Meyer knowing the shit that he's done, knowing the shit that he's put players through, with all of this stuff with this track record, knowing the stuff that he has done in with the Jaguars by not flying back with the team? It's just mind-boggling to me, the shit that he thought he can get away with. And then also, he actually even referred to the Jaguars as a program as opposed to a team. You typically you typically think of a program in the college ranks, not in the NFL ranks. It's not a program. It's an organization, and it's a franchise. So he already came into it with the mindset that, hey, listen, I am going to treat these players the same way that I did when I was coaching at the college ranks. And I'm going to do what the hell I want to do. No, you ain't. Get your ass out of here. You're fired. You are fired. You're done. I think it's going to be hard for him to come back from this. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. If you want to see other episodes that I posted, please click on here. These are the other episodes that I posted. Please subscribe to the show. Got more content coming. I want to toast to everybody again. to life, health, wealth, last but not least, sports. I am Alan Cole Beasy Colburn. This is Baseline to Goal Line. More content coming, so stay tuned. Peace and love.